Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Back with another lesson. As you can see in the title, it says, Inside China's terrifying brain control weapons capable of paralyzing enemies. Okay, so as you can see, it's clearly going into the chips, right? Basically the chip. That's basically what it is, and they're talking about it's a weapon used to control and paralyze enemies. All right, so we're going to read on. It says, China is developing terrifying brain control weapons which could be used to paralyze and control its enemies and its own people, a report says. And the funny thing is about it is that even though these articles come out, even though Esau, gets on the news, all right, and he pretty much tells you these things right in front of you, our people, they don't believe it. It's like, our people don't believe it. They'll sit up there and deny it. All right, they'll call it BS or it's fake news, and it's right in front of their face. All right, but they're telling you, and a lot of Jake, they say, I don't believe it until I see it, but you're going to see it, and by then it's going to be too late. So it says, China is developing terrifying brain control weapons which could be used to paralyze and control its enemies and its own people, a report says. All right, it says Washington has reportedly sanctioned Beijing's Academy of Military Medical Science and 11 other research firms for using biotechnology. All right, so they're calling this biotechnology. Now, what does this remind you of? Now, if you're sort of a gamer or even into movies and things of that sort, this pretty much reminded me of the game Cyberpunk. I did a little research on it, so I can. It says, I went to look up what the chip was called, in a video game, Cyberpunk 2077. You know about it. It says the relic is a series of Arasaka biochips, allowing the storage and manifested reading of digitalized human psychics known as engrams. All right, and that's what that game is all about. It's about that RFID chip. Okay, and what you can use it to pick up information on people. All right, it got facial recognition. It has well, you can do all kinds of sorts of stuff with it. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's what the game is all about. So these things are right in your face, okay? And a lot of these games, movies, TV shows, and everything, etc. All right, they're not just made just to be made. All right, it's not just there for entertainment. Okay, this Esau tells you these things through his media. He tells you. Okay, so it says one of the weapons reportedly being developed is purported brain control weaponry, according to Washington Times. Chinese institutes were blacklisted by America's Commerce Department last week. Now, this is the hypocrisy here. This is the type of stuff that Esau wants to do. America. Esau always tries to make himself look good. He always tries to make himself the hero, or the good guy, so to speak. But here it is. Everything he got, he stole, he raped, he robbed, and murdered just to get what he has. But he tries to always put himself as this light, as if he's this goodly and godly person. But he's a wicked devil and a demon, and he's trying to do this. This is what Esau wants. He wants full control. He wants to control all the people. He wants everybody to be chipped up and vaccinated. This is what he wants, man. He's talking about he putting them on a blacklist. But what about them? All right, see, and this goes to show that Esau, he's a hypocrite and a liar. All right. So reading on, it says the government department did not go into details about the sinister weapons. Yes, sinister. But they want to do it. It says, however, 2019 military documents seen by the news outlets did offer some insight. China wants to paralyze and control the opponent by attacking the enemy's will to resist. And this is something else that Esau has done, through the vaccines. We heard the research, last year. All right, many months back, where it was talking about how to destroy your, RNA, or what they call a God gene, that's up in your brain. all right, to pretty much destroy your will to resist. Okay, so this is what he's trying to do. He's a hypocrite, man. He's a freaking liar, devil, and a hypocrite. You see, these are the uh, 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 the schemes that Esau tries to pull. All right, he would come up with these articles, all right, and try to put himself as this holy and goodly person, a godly nation. It says the weapon would not be used to kill or destroy bodies, all right, which is a lie. How would they know that? All right, technology going in your body, something foreign that's not supposed to be in there, is obviously going to cause harm. What are those radio frequencies going to do to you? Okay, all right, what's going to happen to you when there's metal and plastic and all kinds of stuff put in you? You're going to have issues. Why? Because it doesn't belong in there to begin with. So of course it's going to destroy and kill the body. All right. So it says after being placed on the entity list, American firms can no longer export or transfer goods to the banned Chinese institutes without a license. Okay, it says this comes amid government warnings to U.S. firms that China is trying to obtain American technology to take over key sectors, including biotech. Okay, which is crazy. And this what Esau does. He'll have some nuclear deal, or like he had with Russia, and that's been pretty much broken now. All right, where they signed this treaty to where nobody builds nuclear weapons, but here it is. The U.S. has tons of nuclear weapons available, and he keeps building them, but every other nation can't have them. All right, and that's the reason why they broke that treaty. He's a hypocrite. And really, if this is true, this whole thing going on right here, which I do believe is true, but I just think that Esau Edom, he's just trying to portray himself as the godly nation, so to speak. All right. So I'm gonna just read on. It says, let's see. It says a source told the FT that the Communist Party is trying to develop tech in areas such as gene editing, human performance enhancements, brain-machine interface, and they're already doing this here in America, man. They're already doing it. All right, you turning men into women. All right, you trying to turn women into men. Okay, you do have gene editing. All right, through your vaccinations, your vaccines, and then on top of that, they were talking about actually physically, all right, doing some gene editing, all right, through their technology when babies are born, or before babies are born. Actually, it was before babies are born, while the child is still in the womb. They pretty much use technology or whatever to change the DNA of the child to take out what they call bad genes, all right, to create the perfect baby, so to speak, or the perfect being. Okay. All right. It says Gina Raimondo, the U.S. Commerce Secretary, said there are concerns Beijing would use any such weaponry to maintain control over its citizens, including Uyghur Muslims, more than 1 million whom are being held in camps in northern China. So she said, hey, they're probably testing it on them. They're probably testing them chips on those people, little test subjects. So she said, unfortunately, the People's Republic of China is choosing to use these technologies to pursue control over its people and its repression of members of ethnic and religious minority groups. Of course, all these elites are trying to do that. All right, it's not just China, and most definitely, the U.S. is involved. He's been telling you that. All right, you got the damn Georgia Guidestones. He got the movies. All through his media. All it's about is control. We've seen his little dream of having full control and total domination over the people. This is what he wants, and the chip is already out. They're already talking about it. They're already doing the implants. It's just a matter of time. All right, to where they make it mandatory. That's all it is. Some made up catastrophe, some made up disease. or a real disease they're going to put out there in the public. All right, you can't trust them. It says we cannot use U.S. commodities, technologies, and software that support medical science and biotechnology technical innovation to be diverted towards users contrary to U.S. national security. It says the FT says the U.S. Treasury Department would put 8 firms, including drone maker technology, on its Chinese military industrial complex companies blacklist. All right, so it basically, so to speak, blacklisted them. All right. Let's see. See anything else on here? All right, it says earlier this year, the Asian superpower allegedly flew a hypersonic nuclear missile around the Earth. Yeah, I remember that. It says Ethan Paul, an expert at the Quincy Institute for Responsible Statecraft, told The Sun, "We're in the very beginning of a never-ending cycle. The U.S. and China will continue to take steps to try to exploit each other's vulnerabilities. It would inevitably see the entire Asia-Pacific region wired up with the most powerful, sophisticated, and deadly weapon systems to ever exist." All right, and that's all through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah. All right, the scriptures say that, man. You know, the scriptures say that the Lord has created the smith, all right, to make the weapon of destruction. Okay, back then in the ancient world, what? It was the sword, you know, an actual sword. And then now in this world, it's these missiles, you know, ultimately. It's these missiles, all right, drones, you know, all those things, all right, that they got stored up. So the Lord is preparing war, all right, getting these people prepared for war, these nations, all right, for World War III, all right. See that? Weapons of war. You see this? You know, you got China, you know, all gathered up together. They ready for war, man. All right. What did the scripture say? Let the weak say I'm strong. All right. Speaking of these other nations, these smaller nations, it says China currently possessed around 100 intercontinental ballistic missiles that have the potential to strike the continental U.S., but little is known about Beijing's hypersonic development program. All right. It says the world's most populous country still lags behind Washington in terms of its nuclear warheads, possessing a reported 350 compared to the U.S. 5,500. It says more than 90% of the planet's nukes belong to Russia and the U.S., according to Arms Control Association. It says in 2019, a mind-reading computer chip was revealed at the World Intelligence Congress in China. All right. And it's been revealed here in the U.S., man. All right. It's the Pentagon said it. They were making chips. All right. To detect the C-19, man. It ain't just China. It says it is not implicitly stated how the brain chip will be worn, but most BCIs are currently, or brain chips, are currently worn outside the body, which is BS. That's BS. It's going inside the body. It says it's not actually inside a user's brain. All right. It says the brain talker chip advances BCI technology, allowing it to become more portable, wearable, and accessible to the general public. You know, that's BS, man. They're gonna put that inside of you, man. All right. How the hell else are you gonna control them if it's not on the inside, man? In the brain. All right. It ain't gonna be like that. But anyway, you get that point. So let's just get some scriptures here. We're gonna get start off with Daniel, the 8th chapter. All right, so we're gonna go Daniel chapter 8 and verse 25. It says, "And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many." And that's exactly what he's doing. All right, you seen it. You see, we read the article. All right, he's portraying himself as the man of peace. You know, he's sitting up there blacklisting China. All right, calling them a communist. All right, supposedly, you know, wanting to put brain chips in people. But here it is, he's trying to do the same thing. You know, he's a hypocrite, man. All right, so by peace shall destroy many. Yeah, he always comes in a form of light, in the form of refuge. All right, like you can depend on him. It says, and by peace shall destroy many. Yeah, he's gonna destroy you, man. He does not have the best interest, especially for you Israelites, man. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You are not in his best interest, man. But you consistently putting your trust in this man. You all, most majority of you Israelites, 2/3 of you compromise your ways. And I see that in real life, face to face, in everyday living, man. I see it. Okay, and it's sickening, man. It's very vexing. And it's very annoying. All right, but when he starts to destroy you, then it's gonna be too late for you. It is what it is. And ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you, man. So like the scriptures say, man, who shall pity a charmer that is bitten by a serpent? When you put yourself in that situation, when we warned you consistently, all right, but you ignored it. All right. So anyway, it says, he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Yeah, he's eventually gonna go down. All right, because Esau really think he gonna put down his new world order, and destroy Yahweh Shai, man. Which is absolutely ridiculous. It's a joke. All right, let's get Joel. Let's get Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. All right, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, just like you saw in that photo. What it say? It says weapons of war. All right. All right, there you saw them all with their guns out. All right, all those Chinese, all right, soldiers or whatever, standing up in line, man, ready for war. So it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. And that's what they're doing. Okay, they're building nukes consistently. All right, the U.S., Russia, China, they're all trying to outdo each other. All right, with these war games. Okay, you see in their jets, how much jets they got, how many nuclear warheads they got. All right, what new technology is coming out, just to try to get a one up on each other, and eventually it's gonna lead to war. All right, so the Lord is stirring up their spirits, man. All right, it says, verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords. Yeah, because back then, they didn't have nuclear weapons, or these other nations. All right, they didn't have that capability of doing that, but now they do. So what? It says beat your plowshares into swords. Yeah, ain't no more compromising, ain't no more peace treaties. All right, no more taking your gifts of money. All right, your money ain't gonna matter. All right, you ain't gonna be able to appease the wrath. All right, they just gonna go all out war. Okay, it says, and your pruning hooks into spears. It says, let the weak say I'm strong. You see, these weak nations. All right, like you got Iran. All right, you got of course China. They're not really weak, but they are supposedly weaker than the U.S. All right, you have Russia. All right, you got Turkey, Beijing, and all these other places. All right, they're saying they're strong. All right, you're seeing the war games. You're seeing the technologies that they're trying to one up each other on. All right, verse 11. What it say? Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. So yeah, so the Lord is gathering them. And what it say? Verse 12. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is in the Middle East. Okay, out there in the Middle East, that's where they're going to gather. The Lord's going to gather them. It says, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And how is he going to do that? By World War III. All right, missiles going to be flying, All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it on that one. Let's get Sirach. Let's get Sirach chapter 12. Let's see here. Let's see. Ecclesiasticus. All right, chapter 12. It's like like a freaking ad. At verse 10. Let's start at verse 10. Alright, it says, press thou not upon him, lest thou be put back. Well, slack, that's 13. I don't know why I clicked 12. Alright, Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Alright, so you're not to trust your enemy. Alright, but 2/3 of our people, that's who they trust in. They don't care. Alright, they believe every word that come out of his mouth. Verse 11 says, though he humble himself and go crouching, alright, as he's doing through that article, humbling himself, alright, as if he's not planning to put brain chips in everybody, as if he's not planning to have total and complete control over your mind, your wants, your thoughts, literally your whole being, even your spirit. He wants control over that. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. And which is pretty much what 2/3 of our people are about to see. But we already know that. We see this devil's horns, man. He's exposed. He's been exposed damn near every day. About his plans, what he's going to do. He even comes out his own mouth, and our people don't believe it. But we see it. All right, but by the time 2/3 see it, they're going to be, pretty much dead, man. They're going to die. Okay? It says, Salakia. Yeah, that's it on that one. Let's get Isaiah. Chapter 32. I'm going to start at verse 6. Alright, it says, for the vile person will speak villainly. It says, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy. And that's what he's doing, man. It says, and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. It says, the instrument also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Alright, take the max. This will help your family. This will help you, be safe. Alright, take the chip. Alright, this is going to help you detect the C-19. Alright, to protect your loved ones, to protect those around you. That's how it comes. Alright, deceit. It says, he deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. You see? And that's on point. That's self-explanatory, man. Alright, so let's get Job. Chapter 33. And we'll start at verse 14. It says, for Yahweh speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth it not. It says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumbering upon his bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from men. And the reason why I brought this out is because, here it is, you got Esau, Edom, and along with these other nations, they think they're going to be on top. Think they're going to, successfully, go through with their plans. All right. But here it is, the Lord is in control. The Lord is controlling them, and they don't even realize it because they're so prideful. He think he's gonna, fulfill his plans, but it's not gonna go into fruition. The Lord put the thoughts in this man's mind to make that chip. The Lord put the thoughts in that man to make the nuclear warheads. And everything that he does, man, comes from the Lord. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, what he thinks and what he think he's gonna do. He ain't gonna do it. All right, the Lord gonna cast him down and destroy him. All right, that new world order mess ain't going nowhere, man. The Lord's gonna set the new order. He's gonna do the great reset. Okay. All right, so Hold up, I think I accidentally got out. Um, yeah, that's it on that. Slacking. Okay. All right, let's get Psalms. Get two more. Let's get Psalms chapter 10 and verse 1. It says, "Why standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor," and that's what's coming as well, persecution. It says, "Let them be taken into devices that they have imagined." All right, yeah, you think you're gonna, you know, uh, uh, go through with his new world order and exterminate Jake? That's what he really wants to do. He want to exterminate you Israelites, man. He want to exterminate you. It says, "Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." Yeah, and that's what's gonna happen. Here it is. Esau want to exterminate Jake. Okay, so when the kingdom, when the Lord comes back and establish the kingdom, the Lord's gonna allow us to pretty much exterminate Esau. All right, the Lord gonna exterminate them. All right, you Edomites. Okay, so you're gonna be taken by your own devices. All right, those little crafty little thoughts, them wicked thoughts you got in your mind, thinking that you're gonna bring them to fruition. All right, verse 3 says, "For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth." Yeah, a damn homosexual will get a good job. Homosexual will be put on high esteem. And be promoted. All right, he'd be the one to get rich. All right, while straight, man, or Israelite man, mainly speaking of, will pretty much be shamed just for being a man. All right, it's a shame in a society. You know, because that's what he does. He's an abomination, man. He puts abominations on top. All right, pork is one of the most amazing delicacies that he puts, out there. He portrays it as a delicacy, you know, and that's him. That's Esau, man. This vile, wicked demon. All right, it says, verse 5. Verse 4. Salakia. It says, "The wicked, through his pride of his countenance, would not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in his thoughts, in all his thoughts. Yeah, it's not in his mind. He thinks his thoughts is just his thoughts. He thinks he's in control of himself. No, Yahweh Bashem Shai is controlling him. It says, verse 5, "His ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. For as for all his enemies, he puffeth at them." It says, "He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity." And that's exactly what he thinks, man. That's the reason why he always talking about 2025, 2030, 2050. That he think he gonna go on forever. All right, it says, "His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity." All right, yeah, you can't trust him, not one bit. He's none but a darn liar. All right, it says, "He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places he doeth murder the innocent." Yeah, he does. you know, um, An article actually came out, a few days ago of McDonald's. It said that they found remains of dead bodies at a McDonald's, man. A warehouse, I think it was, or something to that effect. And they had to shut down the whole bunch of restaurants of McDonald's around certain countries, man. All right, which goes to prove that that food is human meat, man. Nobody should be eating that mess, man. At McDonald's, man, it's human meat. What can you compare that to? That movie Soil and Green. Soil and Green. All right, where they were pretty much chopping up, all right, dead bodies of people, killing them, and turning them into food, man. Using it as food, and people found out about it. That was the big mystery at the end of the movie. You know, to hell if it's spoilers. It is what it is, man. It's for edification. Okay. But anyway, it says, "He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor." Yeah, he's always watching. He's always looking to destroy you. He's always thinking of ways to exterminate you, man. That's like his only main goal is to destroy you. It says, verse 9, "He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net." Yeah, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's casting a net over you. You see it on the WHO logo. I ain't gonna say it because I ain't trying to, get this video taken down. But you see it on the WHO logo. You can look at it. You see a serpent wrap around the staff, and then you have the picture of a earth. Right, and you see a net around it. Okay, and that's Esau, and that's what he's doing. All right, for 2/3 of our people, he's trapping them up. Okay, he says he croucheth and humbleth himself. All right, and our people fell for it, man. They fell for it. All right, the women, first and foremost, and most of all, has been the one to fall victim unto Esau's deceit, and then the men also. It says that the poor may fall by his strong ones. Yeah, he's going to destroy you. It says he saith in his heart, Yahweh hath forgotten. He hideth his face. He will never see it. All right, and that's what he does, man. It's like it. It's exactly what he's doing. Think the Lord ain't seeing it, but the Lord sees everything, man. Let's get Psalms chapter 37 and verse 7. It says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. And and that our people has done that. Our people have pretty much lost patience. They don't have no hope. They don't have no faith. All right, so they decided to join the devil himself, Esau, Edom. All right, because because he prospering. All right, they see everything that he got, the way he lives. All right, in this luxurious lifestyle. But in order to gain that, they throw their integrity away completely, and we see it on a daily basis. All right, social media. All right, the YouTube and TikTok, Facebook, all these bullshit ass platforms. You see these people our people acting a goddamn fool for some damn money or attention. A bunch of cesspool of degenerates, man. This the world we live in, man. And this is what they've done. All right, and they pretty much joined Esau, Edom. All right. So it says, we're gonna read that again. It says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his ways. So yeah, you're not supposed to fret yourself, man. All right, hold on to your integrity. All right, don't be selling out, being a damn coon. All right, you sacrificing, throwing your morals away in the trash for this luxurious lifestyle. It's bullshit, and it's all gonna be destroyed at the end of the day. It's temporary, man. And our people just don't see it, man. It's temporary. Everything in this world is temporary, man. Everything has a beginning. Everything has an end. And how you end, however the end goes, matters way more than the beginning and the middle. All right. The scriptures say better is the end of a man than the beginning. All right, because in the end, that pretty much sets stones in who you are and what you are, man. All right, whether you're wicked, whether you're righteous, whether you've done good or bad. And that's going to show in the kingdom, man. All right, that's the reason why, all right, we be careful and we, all right, tread lightly and we try not to, go off, all right, and fall out the truth, or anything of that matter. All right, we try to do the best we can. We fall, of course, we sin, we repent and everything like that. But the point being, all right, is, consider, man. Consider, is this really worth it? For temporary pleasure. All right, this man is about to be taken down. He's about to be destroyed. But our people lost patience. So, anyway, it says, who prospereth in his way because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. All right. Well, our people, that's what our people are doing, man. They're falling right along with this demon. It says, verse 9, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. All right. And that's going to include 2/3 of you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that are sold out. All right, you've sacrificed and threw your integrity away for pleasure. All right, for this life. All right, you took your constellation on this side, and you're going to pay for it. You're going to be wiped away right along with Esau. And it says, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. All right, and this is mainly speaking of Esau Edom. Pretty soon it's gonna be like he ain't never been. It says, but the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. All right, ultimately the kingdom. You know, they're gonna inherit the earth, man. You know, Lord willing, I be included. All right. It says, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace, because that's what we're looking for, peace. All right. Our people ain't looking for peace. They're looking for peace on this side. All right. Through wickedness. All right. But we're looking for peace on the new earth, the new heaven. All right. It says, the wicked plotteth against the just. It says, and gnasheth his teeth upon him with his teeth. Yeah, they're plotting. You know, Esau's plotting right now. It says, the Lord shall laugh at him, for he see if that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow, and to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. All right, which is dealing with the hopeful elect, all right, the ones that's on the highways and byways doing the videos and actually repenting. It says, verse 15, their sword shall enter into their own heart. You see, there it is, the reverse card. And their bow shall be broken. All right, so here it is, Esau Edom, he's trying to plot, come up with ways to destroy mainly the elect, all right, and well, all of our people in general. But anyway, that's going to backfire. It's not going to happen. It says, verse 16, a little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. You see that? He says, verse 18, the Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. It says, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume, into smoke shall they consume away. And that's their judgment, man. Especially for you 2/3 Jakes, man. You Israelites, man. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're sick of you, and we're tired of you, and we're not going to feel sorry for you in those times. We're not going to compromise our ways. We're not going to shed a tear for you. God forbid, man. All right, you wicked, and you're a demon. And we see it on a daily basis. We see how you operate. We see how you treat each other. We see how you speak to each other. All right, compared to how you treat Esau. All right, you none but demons and devils, man. And we don't give a damn about you. All right, so when that time comes, we're gonna rejoice over your death. Lord willing. All right, it says the righteous shall laugh. And the Lord gonna be laughing too. But anyway, that's pretty much the lesson here. Just keep watching. Esau Edom's plotting. He's coming down with more draconian laws. You're hearing about this Omicron variant and everything like that. Going into that was saying that the Omicron variant or whatever, so to speak, has the same symptoms as a cold. Right, and they're locking things down again. They're doing the usual BS, man. We already know what's coming. So just keep your eyes open. Watch. Diligently. Be circumspect. And those sort of things. And that's pretty much it. So, Lord willing, is edifying unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Rakakadash, Shalom.